What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Saturday Sanctuary, where college football is religion, but we do not play about the Lord. Today we are broadcasting our first episode of King of the Block, where we give you an in-depth look into the Ohio State University and
go blue, Michigan Wolverines.
honestly, saying like I don't know if there's another podcast out there where this rivalry is talked about
I haven't seen
together. So I think we're going to give you guys a very unique, in-depth perspective from both fan bases, right? As we get ready for the game. As we all know, the last 4 years, the Wolverines have beaten the Buckeyes. One time they beat us on the way to a national championship, undefeated season, as he has depicted right there. And we just most recently lost at home. But who cares? Because we the champs, baby. National champions. Throw it up to Jeremiah. He down there somewhere. $20 million roster, they say. That's what it buys us. But honestly, guys, we're going to get into, in this episode, we're going to talk about the recap of from the spring to the fall. We're going to give you keys to successes to look out for. Also going to go over breakout players on both sides of the ball. And then we're going to talk about the block of the game. Is that what it's called? Block of the game? Or game on the block? Yeah, block of the game. So, no, block game of the week.
Block game of the week. The block game of the week.
Game of the week. And this week we're going to talk about Ohio State versus Texas. Each week we'll go over either one of our high matchups, and say with elite talent on both sides of the ball that has playoff implications to a certain extent, right? We know that it's 12-team playoff now, right? So not every game is as important as it was before, but this could definitely go a long way for seeding, as the king of the block, faces the big bad SEC in week 1 with the heralded Arch Manning. But hey, we are gonna get into that. First off, though, camp recaps. What's going on up there in Ann Arbor? Talk to me.
I mean, it's going good in Ann Arbor. I mean, we're bringing in a new freshman quarterback, Bryce Underwood, the number one prospect. Everybody's talking about him. He's literally the talk of camp. Just named a starter a couple days ago, so he must have had a great camp. Everything I'm hearing from him, from players to coaches to everybody that's in facilities, is saying he's very advanced. They're saying he's very advanced. He's a well-spoken, humble kid. He's very poised. He said he doesn't let things get to him. So quarterback position, I mean, so that's been the talk of camp. Also our defense. I mean, they're talking about how deep our defense can be, especially our defensive line. Knowing Michigan football, we always start up front. They're saying we could be up to like 4 or 5 deep in our D tackle. And then we got 2 returning edge rush seniors coming back. So they said they had good camps as well. And then I can't forget about our kicker. We got, I'll say, the best kicker in the country. Last couple of days of camp, they just said he hit a 70-yarder. So,
he's on this Cam Little. Did he play last year for y'all? Is he returning?
Yeah. He the one that beat y'all basically. So I mean,
he had a big kick in the first half. I'll never forget that. That was.
I want to say he might. I mean, Zavada might be the best kicker in the country. I mean, he was 7 for 7 for 50 plus last year, and then I think he only missed like 1 field goal last year. So, and so they say he hit a 70-yarder at camp. So I mean, but yeah, all around though, I mean, our camp's been going pretty good. A lot of new faces, similar to y'all. So I mean, what y'all got going on?
We'll get to that. I had a question though. So speaking of new faces, y'all are known to really run the ball 30, 40, 50 times a game, but Bryce Underwood, from what I'm hearing, what you're telling me, it's a pro style quarterback, big arm. Tell me about freshman Andrew Marsh. Like, what's he? I've heard that he's popping off. He's popping off a little bit. What you got? Because y'all need someone to catch the ball. Because Nico Collins can't come back.
I mean, Andrew Marsh has been killing. He's been spectacular. A lot of big good reports on him. So crazy enough, he's actually going to be our starting return man. Very athletic. So he's actually going to be starting return man. He's definitely going to be in the rotation for receivers. I mean, you know, we got McCulley coming in from from Indiana. He's going to be our number one receiver. He got the legendary number one. So if for those of you that don't know, number one is given to the best player, best receiver at Michigan. So he got that number one. He came in spring camp at 13, and they gave him one. So he must have showed something during camp for him to earn that number. He's not a freshman. He's a transfer from Indiana.
Okay, transfer. Oh, the transfer from
Indiana. Yeah, and
then
we got Samaj. Samaj is still there. And then the third receiver is going to be rotated. Like I said, it's a lot of names that's been up there, but he's going to be there. And like I said, he's a starting returner, so I'm interested to see how our pass game is going to look.
Yeah, because seatbelt gang for sure. But yeah, man. In regards to our off season, where do I begin, bro? You know what I'm saying? January 20th in Atlanta, Georgia. We became national champions, you know? First 12-team playoff ever history, national champs. Just for y'all a little recap, we destroyed Tennessee. Shout out to the Vols. I went to school there. Shout out to them. But 42-17, cracked 2 Nico helmets and sent him back to California. Then, you know, Oregon thought they were the new kings of the block in the Big Ten. However, we had to let them know how the Rose Bowl really goes down. You know, we had to put BTB2A, or that is Belt 2 for those who don't know. Then follow that up with Texas, who we will see on Saturday. Had a great game there. 75 yards to the heart of the South. TreVeyon Henderson, big play in the first half. Big play by Jack Sawyer. Scoop and score. Killed him on the way there. But that leads me to my biggest point. We lost a lot of players to the league, and to coaches, right? That's what people are not really aware of. Everybody's aware that we lost Chip Kelly, right, to the Raiders. But we also lost Justin Fry, right, our offensive line coach, who I apologize, Justin, for all the stuff I said about you last year. You developed and you left us with some things, right? So he's not an offensive line coach with the Cardinals. So we have a new OC in Brian Hartline, who everybody knows is the greatest recruiter in the country. So he was the OC before. They was still calling plays. Now Brian Hartline will be calling the plays. He'll be in the box. We replaced Justin Fry with Tyler Bowen, who was the offensive coordinator at Virginia Tech. He also has a offensive line background. He's been there as a tight ends coach with the Jaguars. He's also been the offensive coordinator, tight end coach with Penn State. We also added Marcus Johnson to the O-line room, as well as Charlie Dickey, who was also the O-line coach at Oklahoma State, as well as Austin Fields, who comes over with Tyler Bowen. So we're taking advantage of that unlimited coaches, right, and putting them in the places, right? We just lost Fry. Bowen comes in. He is offensive coordinator, so we have that mind in that room. Got 2 offensive line transfers, and Philip Daniels and Ethan Awana. My bad, brother, I'm messing up your name. Out of Rice. They're both competing at right tackle. But yeah, we lost our whole front four, right? Our whole front four is in the league, got drafted. Shout out to them boys. We lost Jordan Hancock in the slot. We lost Latham Ransom in the back end. We lost Denzel Burke.
It's a lot. It's a lot, my brother.
It's a lot. However, our 2023 recruiting class, which I believe was top 3, top 5 at worst, most of them understood the big picture, right? I listened to an interview earlier. Brandon Ennis was talking about, hey, I could have transferred anywhere in the country, got paid. Cardinal Tate, everybody's trying to pay our receivers. Everybody's trying to pay, you know what I'm saying, certain players, but they understood the picture. So we are replacing a lot. Had a lot of competition on the D-line. Kenyatta Jackson, Kaden McDaniels, Edric Houston, shout out. We got 2 Georgia boys at D tackle. So they say they produce some of the best talent, right? In Georgia. So we'll see what they're gonna do got Caden Kerr. We also had transfer Bo Atkinson, who's in the rotation there. CJ Hicks has moved from linebacker to edge rush. So shout out to Dayton, Ohio, superhero right there. But we do return the best player in college football, I feel like, on the defense side of the ball, in Caleb Downs, right? We also Sony Styles is back as well. IGB is a little handsy, but they worked on what they said they worked on his technique, and making sure he gets his head around at the top of the route, which will prevent a lot of those holds. But the biggest change on the defense, we have a new defensive coordinator, right? Jim Knowles, uh, Philly native, um, goes the next state over, goes to Penn State, takes that scheme with him.
I know you have
Good luck.
that.
Good. I mean, it'll take him like 2 years to get it right. I mean, I think we'll talk about them later, but Matt Patricia comes over, right? Matt Patricia comes over from the NFL. A lot of us know him as being the defensive coordinator for the Pats for 3 Super Bowls, I want to believe. Then we also know him as being a failure as a head coach, right? With the Detroit Lions. But hey, he is in his role. They say he's a people's guy. He's a player's coach. He's building great relationships with the guys, which is interesting, right? Because normally, NFL guys don't really translate well, right, to the college ranks. So, and then on the offensive side of the ball, we got a new quarterback, right? We got Julian. Had a competition this summer in fall camp between 5-star transfer Julian Sand and Lincoln Keenholz, who Julian Sand had won the competition, which we all figured was going to happen. Because Will Howard, love you, national champ. You're good in the state of Ohio, whatever you want to do. But Julian Sand threw a better ball than him last year. So, with all the weapons that we have on the offensive side of the ball, it's very important that we get that popping. We lost Donovan Jackson to the league. We lost Justin Simmons to the league. However, and Seth is also in the league, our center. But a lot of our O-line played right last year. So Austin Severville, who was the captain, who I thought would be at right tackle, is at left tackle. We've got Luke Montgomery. Some of you might know him from his blue chip days with Bronny, playing center back in the day. He's at left guard. We got Carson Hinsman at center, Tegger at right guard, who also played a lot last year, and then we got the transfer Philip Daniels and Ethan Owana fighting it out on that side. We also lose Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, and Emeka Ibuka. If Quinshon was able to perform, I feel like he would have been able to show some things in the preseason. But if y'all follow football, Travion's balling and Mecca's balling, right? So we're replacing a lot, but James Peoples is going to be just fine. C.J. Donaldson, transfer from West Virginia, adds that bigger back to our backfield. As well as we've got some freshmen, Bo Jackson, yeah, and his name is Bo Jackson. We got Topo Rogers, so he's got some juice to him. And I don't really got to speak on the receivers. I'll get to them later, but you know how Zone 6 gets down. So we've been busy, bro. We've been really busy.
Hey,
and there's lots going on.
I mean, yeah, that was a mouthful. I'm gonna say you gave us a mouthful, but in that mouthful, I heard you say a lot about we lost this, we lost this, we lost this. So with a lot of missing pieces, a lot of key missing pieces too that made a lot of key plays. You started off this segment talking about Jack Sawyer strip sack forced fumble.
Right.
A lot of key players. What makes you so confident, I guess, going into this year that you can replicate the success you guys have had for the past couple years with you guys replacing this much? I can't remember the last time you guys had to replace this much, including coaches and things like that. So, like, what makes you so confident?
I think the run they went on last year that was a special group, right? Senior led group. A lot of guys came back. A lot of them players that are back now, they were supposed to be already playing last year, right? They were supposed to be starting last year. Kenyatta Jackson was supposed to be starting last year. You don't wear 97 at Ohio State just because. Like, the Bosa's made that, a little special. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Hayward, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing in those numbers. So I think we have the depth, bro. I really truly do. We're deep. Like I said, I just did say a lot about all the players that we have, but I'm confident that Kenyatta Jackson is going to lead the defensive line. What they're saying is, he looks like a first round DN. So I think we rely on him. He kind of is more of a quiet leader. Kind of lets his work do the talking. But it's a new group, right? This group, that's not to them, that's not their natty, right? They participated, but a lot of them, what I'm saying, spelled people. They weren't those leadership roles, right? So we're really young, we're really led by our juniors for the most part. But I think we have the depth. And it's not a rebuild, it's a replenish, what I'm saying, situation at Ohio State. So we have elite talent all across the board, and that's why I believe that we'll be successful this year.
Now I hear it. I mean, like I said, I feel the same way about us. I mean, I guess I feel more confident because I seen it. Basically, everybody that played in that bowl game against Alabama is basically back. And you see what everybody seen what we did against Alabama. Our O line, we had 2 veterans coming back. We got Evan Link, who played tackle against Alabama in the bowl game. He looked really good. Jordan Marshall, I don't think people remember Jordan Marshall was the MVP of that bowl game against Alabama, had 100 yards his first time starting. And that boy was running people over. He was running around. A lot of the people he was running over is in the NFL right now. Just made a team. So, I mean, that boy good. He was Mr. Ohio. And didn't want to go to Ohio State for some reason. Came to the good side. But
yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all stay with a running back.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all stay with a running back. Y'all stay with a running back, and then y'all got, you said, transfer Justice Hayes. So y'all got some dogs right there. Segueing into our next topic, what are the keys to success for Michigan this year?
Well, it's always going to start with the number 1 overall prospect. Starts with quarterback. I mean, everybody's seen that last year. We couldn't throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. I mean, so no, I mean, it starts there. I mean, we got Chip Lindsey for a reason. One of the best OCs in the country. Almost everywhere he goes, they average almost 30 points a game. So he runs a very gap run heavy scheme. Hopefully he does a lot of RPOs, a lot of play action to make it easier for Bryce so he can actually throw the ball. Like I said, we just named some of our weapons earlier. So hopefully that looks a lot better. So quarterback play is one of our biggest keys, but to have good quarterback play, I'm gonna start from the base. Honestly, it's Michigan football. Sherrone Moore, head coach, he's known for his O line, so O line play is gonna be really, really important for us. Honestly, we got, like I said, we're gonna start with Evan Link on the left tackle. We got Gio, the senior leader of the O line, so Gio Ahadi. At guard, we got Greg Crippen back starting again, returning from last year at our center. We got Brady Norton, which is a big surprise. He's actually, I don't want to say he's actually supposed to be on the other side, but he just made guard. I want to say he's our right guard now, which is actually kind of crazy. That's very surprising coming from camp. And then we got Andrew Sparge, 5-star prospect, first year starting. So right tackle. So O-line starts at O-line. We can run the ball, like we said, with our dynamic running back duo, and then we can see how Lindsey's going to call it for Underwood. I mean, I feel like every week by week, he's going to open up more and more. And hopefully by the time we see y'all boys in November, I mean, he's going to have the full playbook at his disposal, and it's going to be on and popping by then.
Yeah, that was my question. Like, what are the expectations for Bryce? Right, we've seen freshman quarterbacks, right? Like we've seen take two to come to my mind. Like we have Dylan Raiola, we have DJ Lagway, right? Like I personally think he's more DJ Lagway. No knock on Dylan. Like he's definitely nice, but like is he gonna be able to, hey, we're gonna let it rip, or are we gonna, hey, hand off, play action, slants, like typical Michigan football, right, to begin with before we're starting to air it out. That's why I asked you about who is he throwing to, because we know he has the physical tools, right? But
so
what's that look like?
No, it's crazy you said. I mean, everybody called JJ the handoff merchant. So I mean, if that's how it's gonna look, that's how it's gonna look. But nah, in all seriousness, like I said, we got Chip Lindsey. He just had Omarion Hampton drafted, Drake May. Like his offense is looking really good. He runs a real balanced offense, so it's gonna look the same but different. I mean, I think, like I said, they're gonna start them off real good. We got Hayes and we got
They
Marshall
keep
back
putting up
there.
points.
That's what I'm saying. So we gonna start off running the ball. We're gonna make it half field reads for him, RPOs. He's an athletic quarterback. I mean, I think, like I said, by the time we get to in the middle of the season, week 6, I think he's gonna look different. Like I said, the reports that you hear coming out, the main thing that I'm hearing is that his issue is, which is not a big concern to me because he's young, is consistency. He just turned 18 last week, so
Yeah.
the more he gets consistent and stacks on consistent practices, the more it's going to look. And like I said, our receivers, I believe we have good receivers because I mean we got four-star players. The only reason I feel like they didn't look as good as they did was because if we were throwing on the ball, your receivers are going to look good as your quarterback. So I mean, this year I think it's going to take a big jump, and I mean, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. Like, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, especially with him and his quarterback play once it gets going.
I'm definitely interested to see. I mean, I love a quarterback, so anybody, I'm saying, like, I support him, not so much because he's been talking crazy to LeBron and all those statements. That's neither here nor there. We'll save that. But yeah, I mean, I think the keys for our success are definitely similar, right? I think for us, Julian Sand got to get into a rhythm early, right? Like we got a big test week 1, right? We have a very, very huge test against Texas, but he doesn't have to win the game. He doesn't have to lose the game. Right? He got to make he can make all the throws. He's extremely accurate, but just be a point guard, distribute, right? Get the ball to JJ when you need to. When you see Carnell open, get him the ball, right? Get Brandon Ennis the ball. Get the receivers the ball. Um, quickly. He has a quick release. He has great accuracy, but we have to make him feel comfortable early, right? Like he really needs to feel comfortable 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Like, maybe I'm a little, but like he's got to feel comfortable for that. Also, I think our O line, right? We've lost Donovan Jackson, right? Is a key, right? But that young new group, they've got to gel, right? They've got to gel to be able to do that. It all starts in the trenches, right? We inside out. That's how football's played. And also our D line, right? Our D line is young, but they're talented. But they've gotta wreak havoc, right? Our D tackles gotta wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? When we have Will Smith Jr. come in, Ian Moore coming in, we have to our two deep has to be able to have the same type of wreak havoc as Caden and Edric on the edges. Kenyatta's got to get loose. Got to. He got to set the tone. And then Caden, he's a ball player, bro. Like Caden Curry just makes plays. You put him in at D tackle, he's tackles for losses. So I'm excited to see what he does. I'm excited to see what CJ and Bo do. But I think for us, those are the keys for success. Because I think our strengths right now, our secondary is nice. Our linebackers are 6'4", 240, athletic. We have never had linebackers start like that. I don't remember since when? Tua? Whew. So that so our linebackers and our secondary I think are more seasoned, and they're the vets of the group. Our D line is gonna have to show up if we want to be successful and if we want to get back to the playoff, and make a run. I think that's the biggest thing for us this year.
One thing I think you're missing, and I think a lot of Ohio State fans always overlook this because y'all so enamored with y'all receivers and y'all pass happy offense. Ohio State is always only ever good when you guys have a good running game. Both of y'all championships in the play of college play football, y'all had look first round running backs. Some damn near. I mean, y'all had Zeke
Yeah,
first time around, and last time around y'all had the two-headed monster, two second round
yeah.
draft picks. So,
I
so
mean, I think it was probably lost in translation on my tangent at the beginning, but James Peoples is like that. Like he just had to sit. Like James Peoples is shifty. He's like that. CJ Donaldson's played a lot of football at West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So
no,
they
I mean they could be
they got to
like
get
that, but are
going.
they like when I say y'all have a good run game? I meant to say like elite. Y'all usually elite at the run game when y'all are
Right.
at the top of y'all
Our O
game. So
line is one of
you have confidence
our
that
O
y'all
line
could
is
be
one of
elite
our
again.
strengths this year. Our O line is one of our strengths. We're good there. All right, we got six or seven that our coaches feel comfortable with rotating. So our O line is definitely. Last year was like, yo, what they doing on the O line, right? Like we was kind of like, yo, what's going on? And then towards the end of the season, they figured it out. But right now, like that's one of the strengths of the offense for sure. Wide receivers, we know that. But you talked about pass happy. We're getting back to that. You know what I'm saying? Brian Hartline is in the building. He's calling plays. He's getting his guys the football. Right?
Is
I'm
Ryan
excited to
Day
see how he calls the game.
is Ryan Day gonna let him like
Oh,
really
no,
call the
no, no,
plays?
no. Hartline's in the booth, brother. It's the Heartline show. You know, he's been around 9, 10 years at this point, right? Like it's his show.
Chip was in the booth too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Chip was in the booth calling. He had to, that was really his OG. He had to give Chip,
Yeah,
there was
no
not letting
cap.
Chip call play.
Definitely is.
However, though, I listened to a interview with Day the other day where he was saying that, hey, you know what I'm saying? He spends a lot more time with the offense right now, and then he follows up with Matt Patricia on the back end at the end of the day. So he's involved in it for sure, but Hardline's call is calling those plays. He said this is his first time he's going to call plays. Now you don't tell me Ryan Day's not going to have some input on things. That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But Hardline got the opener. Hardline's calling them plays, and best believe he's gonna find 4. He's gonna find 17. He's gonna find 1. He and Max Clare. We so deep on offense. I forgot about transfer Max Clare. Like we're gonna be fine for sure, for sure. And honestly, I mean, I think that's who to look out for, right? Like Ohio State fans, if you don't know, Max Clare, tight end from Purdue, #1 tight end in the portal, led the country returning tight ends. So he's played at Purdue, and now he has our wide receiving core. Come on now. Y'all know Max Clare is going to be open. And what is a quarterback's best friend, Bob?
All right, so let's segue into our next topic.
A tight end, brother.
Man, I mean,
tight end. So watch out for that. But who are we looking out for? Who are we looking out for at Michigan this year?
I mean,
give me one name on offense and one name on defense.
I'm gonna try to switch it up because everybody know Bryce is the name to look out for, but I'm on offense is between. I'm gonna give you a receiver just because our running backs have already been talked about.
Receiver
talked about Bryce, so I'm gonna give you a receiver.
Write this down.
I'm gonna give you a receiver. So, like I said, the transfer Donovan, just because, like I said, he got #1 for a reason. He earned that 6'5". I mean, he can win in ISO. He can win in the RPO. I mean, he's immediately gonna give us our wide receiver 1 experience, size, and everything. And we got a quarterback that could throw him the ball, and a OC that's gonna call up the plays. I mean, like I said, he's the key to making our offense look a lot different rather than us being Michigan offense. He's gonna surprise some people this year. So that's my key on offense. On defense, I'm gonna go. I could go Derek Moore, the obvious choice, but I'm gonna go Trey Pierce. And the reason I'm gonna go him is, I mean, if you heard the reports, I mean, he's been named the tone setter of the defense. I mean, right there at the nose tackle, playing inside, being called the tone setter, physical up front. I mean, games are won up front, especially when we play you guys. So, I mean, I think he's going to be a key to it. He's going to be a part of our deep rotation up front with the transfers. We got Trey Williams, and we got Damon Payne. So it's just going to be, it's going to be nasty, man. So watch out for those 2 players on offense and defense. I'm going to shout out special teams too, just because calling special teams player. Can't forget about special teams. I'm going to call that kicker again. Once we cross the 50, we in field goal range.
That's a good thing to have. That's a good thing to have. Y'all have a good defense. Y'all have a good defense. Who to look out for? Arvell Reese, #8. Everybody knows about Sonny Styles. You know, he did his thing last year. He's wearing a Blocko this year. Reclass, came in as a 17-year-old kid doing his thing. But Arvell Reese from Cleveland Glenville, home of Ted Ginn Jr. and them. Listen, shout out Bryce West too in the nickel. Arvell Reese is gonna be all over the field. He's gonna be sideline to sideline, and he's gonna be hitting. He's gonna really be the one when that D line has a little issues. No, we're not turning 2 yards into 8 yards. 2 yards becomes 3, and a tough 3. Really a -1 because he's gonna push him back 2 or 3 yards. So definitely look out for Arvell Reese, number 8, flying around. Hopefully he sacks, Arch Manning 2-3 times this Saturday, for sure. And on the offensive side of the ball, Ryan Day's known for the slot, right? Slot merchant. Um, so watch out for Brandon Ennis, right? Brandon Ennis, former 5-star. Stars don't matter once you get to college, but from Hollywood, Florida, so you play receiver. He's also a captain, right? So to not be a starter for 2 years at Ohio State, and then the first year you're starting, you're named the captain on that team. There's a lot of expectations. The team follows him. As the kids would say, he's a crash out on the field. He's gonna let he gonna talk. He gonna let you hear it. So watch out, because we all know about four, right? Four could be in the NFL right now. You know what I'm saying? I would have took four in the first round of my fantasy football draft last night. If we being honest, I had number 2 overall pick, y'all. I would have took Jeremiah J.J. Cheat Code Smith at number 2. So we know that, hey, they gonna double that, man. Do that thing. Carnell Tate, former 4-star, 5-star recruit from IMG, who embarrassed Bishop Sycamore, if y'all know about that, on national TV. He was the one killing them boys. You heard it here first. Carnell Tate's going in the first round in this draft. We know he's gonna be open. He's gonna do his thing. He's going. He's doing his thing. But Brandon Ennis in the slot. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out for him. I really expect him to. I really expect him to step up. To
I like
step
the
up for
confidence that you have in guys that haven't done anything in 3 years, but it's cool. It's cool.
Brandon Ennis had a big first down against Notre Dame. Big touchdown against Penn State.
I mean, one play here and there. I mean, you a D1 athlete. You gonna make everybody gonna make a play.
Brother,
You need
Emeka
consistency.
Ibuka. Emeka Ibuka was in the slot.
Yeah,
The,
no,
the
I
number 19
understand.
overall pick to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm not blaming him. What I'm saying is, I like the confidence you have in unproven guys. That's all I said.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I love Bi since high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's your
so
guy. I could
I'm
tell.
definitely. But starting it, to me, it speaks volumes that you're named a captain on the team. You've not started on this team, right? We
I
could have
mean,
went other
but you don't
direction.
think, not to play devil advocate, but you don't think that's due to
No, for
like
sure.
seniority or like just him being in the culture for that long? Like he's one of the oldest guys. Of course, you mean you ain't gonna give Jeremiah the captain over him. Let's be real, because he been there.
I
You see
mean,
what
Jeremiah's not. I mean, you could, but Jeremiah's not. He's being vocal, but bro's 18, 19 years old. He's not. He's not really there yet.
I mean,
He's not
Bryce
a vocal.
Bryce 17 and he our vocal leader.
He's a quarterback, brother.
I mean, but my thing is
So I would expect my quarterback has to be a leader in some capacity.
yeah, but they don't got to be a vocal leader.
They don't have to, but quarterbacks are normally have to be vocal leaders. They have to speak up. They're the quarterback.
Nah, they have to speak up, but they don't got to be the vocal leader of the team. Like
in some aspects, you don't have to be the vocal leader or the second vocal leader or the third vocal leader, but you have to be vocal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. So my thing is Jeremiah could be vocal. Why can't Bryce?
He's been more vocal. He has to be. You know what I'm saying? You live in Columbus. You saw what he did at that new sporting goods store. He has to talk. Everybody want to talk to JJ.
Yeah. I wish
that was crazy.
I wish you did
that was crazy.
November 30th last year.
Yeah, we want to see. We want to see. So that's who to look out for. Who do y'all need to step up this year? I mean, one on offense, one on defense.
To step up this year. On offense, I'm not even gonna name one player. I'm gonna name the whole O line. The whole O line. Yeah, they got to step up. I mean, that's where it starts. Like I said, we're bringing in a freshman quarterback who's gonna need a good running game. So if the O line steps up, gives us that running game, it opens up a world of wonders with a quarterback of that talent. On defense, who do we need to step up on defense? I'm gonna say our cornerbacks. Just because they're both young. Hill's going into a make or break year for him, honestly. I mean, he could really raise his draft stock. He started last year. He had some concerns, but I mean, we're young there. Our D line should help them look a lot better. But I'm gonna just go with all our cornerbacks. They're all young, honestly. I can't even just go one because
whole secondary.
yeah.
Let's get it
Now
together.
I'm not gonna say our safeties. I'm confident in our safeties.
Just your corner.
Yeah, I'll say just our corner group. I'm confident in our safeties. I think we're gonna have the best safety position group in the Big Ten as a group. Given you guys got the best safety, but we're gonna have the best position group. I mean, we got Rod Moore coming back after a year off for national champion Rod Moore coming back after a year of injury. He was a projected day two pick. He could have went to the draft, but tore his ACL unfortunately, so he's back. We got Hillman, who played great game against Alabama last year. As a young kid say as well, he's a crash out as well. He had a crazy interview. They asked him, "How's it gonna feel hitting other colors finally?" He's like, "Man, you know we play Nebraska." So he's like, "Man, the way I see it, they got the same colors as Ohio State because they red and gray, I think." So he's a crash out. You already see. I like his energy he coming with.
He's still on your mind in a bowl game. That's crazy.
So, so we need some step ups from our corners and our O line, and I feel like if they play up to their expectations and their recruitment powers, because a lot of 4 and 5 stars, I feel like we'll be good. Because I mean, this is one of the first cycles that Michigan's bringing in where our top recruits are starting to play now because we've been getting in top 10s for a couple years now. So now I want to see it from us developing 3 stars and 4 stars to beat Ohio State. I want to see now with the 4 and 5 stars beat Ohio State and see how it could be. So I'm very anxious to see it. I want to see them step up and live up to their star potential along with Michigan's development.
Got it. Interesting. I would really be paying attention, and then you just like lost me when you talking about us. Either way, moving on. Who has to step up for us? It's what you mentioned in the opener, man. Our running back room, right? Everybody and mama knows, hey, them boys got them weapons on the outside. They about to be pass happy as can be. So we got to establish the run. So really, like James Peoples, you the guy. Yes, we brought in transfer CJ Donaldson, and he's a bigger back. And he can get downhill north. You know what I'm saying? He can run in between the tackles, do his thing. But this is your show. Go out there on Saturday against Texas, get shifty, get in the end zone, break a run. You know what I'm saying? And set the tone to we gotta play.
What year is he?
What James is I think redshirt sophomore.
What how was his recruiting profile?
I think what James People was 4-star. I think it's 4-star. Let me double check though. Check his 24/7 real quick. Yeah, 4-star, 94 overall rating out of San Antonio. Yeah. Yeah, it's sophomore. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really his show, right? It's I think he's the key. All right. If he's able to tote the rock 4.5, 5 yards of carry, you know what I'm saying, 6 yards, break a lot of runs, get shifty in between the tackles and bust it, break outside and make some splash plays, you gotta play honest, right? And on the defense side of the ball, Jermaine Matthews Jr., he's got to set the tone. He has to set the tone. Point blank period. We know what Caleb Downs is the coach of the defense. We know that. IGB, shout out to our boy Grant, sent me some stats earlier about how he was
Mr. Hold him down. Mr. Hold him down.
Mr. Hold him down. You know what I'm saying? Was I think that didn't lead the he led the country in
he by far he had 8 more than the second most person with pass interference or holding calls. Something crazy like that. That man can't cover.
IGB said he came back to be a first round pick. Point blank period. So
y'all had a corner that came back last year. It's the same thing.
We know Caleb Downs going top 10, top 5. Let's not even talk about that. Anyway, they say worked on it. They worked on it. You know what I'm saying? They found the problems weren't really in his technique as much. It was really in him. Well, I guess turning your head is part of your technique, right? Turning his head at the top of the routes. Fixes that. That's cool. But Jermaine Matthews is gonna have the other side of the field blanketed, right? He's a big, athletic, physical corner. And he is crash out. He be talking, you know what I'm saying? He does his thing. He makes big plays. Had a pick 6 his freshman year, right? And it was, yeah, I think it was in garbage time. But look, pick six when you get in the game, is big, right? Denzel came back, could have went to the league. Jermaine probably would have started last year, right? So it is his time to hold it down. Because we got Devin Sanchez and Aaron Scott Jr. just waiting to come into the game. But I think Jermaine's definitely gonna set the tone from the secondary on the outside part of the field. To where look, you gotta go IGB way, but IGB is physical, makes plays. And our, like I said, I think our secondary is definitely gonna be one of our strengths. But I definitely expect him to step up. And also just being from Ohio, right? Cincinnati kid. Um, our teams are better when we have kids from the state that can kind of bring that nastiness and set that tone. We recruit all across the country. Like we said, James Peoples from San Antonio, right? Julian Sand from Cali, right? JJ and it's from Florida, all those things. But Ohio kids definitely I think set the tone. And him being one of those emotional vocal leaders on that side of the ball, is definitely gonna be able to free up Caleb to be able to roam like on some Troy Polamalu or be in the slot and stuff like that. So watch out for seven, Jermaine Matthews Jr. I definitely expect him to step up this year.
All right, man. I mean, all these players. I mean, because you've been naming your whole roster.
Bro, I
bunch of
really think,
players.
but the thing is, like, bro,
But no,
I've been
hold on.
saying it all year, bro. We're deep.
Yeah, no. I get it. So I'm trying to segue. You feel me?
We
How do you
deep.
think these players are going to do against Texas when they roll in this Saturday? I mean, because it's going to be a good matchup. This is one of the top matchups.
Block game of the week.
Lock game of the week.
Brian Wingo, I think his other receiver, DeAndre Moore. Um, Good players, good returning players for sure. Arches, hey, Arch is Arch, right?
Arch.
But our strength is, I think our secondary, just it's gonna sound a little biased, but our secondary goes against the best receivers in the country
Every
every
week.
day.
They in practice. Nah, you right.
Like they literally do. So I don't like practice is harder than the games. Like you're not gonna see JJ. You're not gonna see a Carnell. You might, probably not. You're not gonna see a Brendan. You know what I'm saying? So it's different reps. They're getting different feels. So I mean, I think that from the keys of that game is obviously the quarterback play, right? Like I think the quarterback duel between Arch Manning, the Phenom, and Julian Sand is definitely going to be one of the keys, right? Who doesn't turn the ball over, who's able to apply pressure and get home and can create that first turnover, right? But I definitely think I think our DBs are definitely going to be able to hold it down for sure. I don't see them really getting burnt. Ryan Wingo, like I said, great player. It's not JJ. He's not Carnell. He's not Brandon Ennis. It's not. He might be Bryce Rogers. He's not. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I hear that, but the only player I would say that they don't see every day is Jeremiah. I mean, I joke. We all joked last year. How's got a $20 million? Well, Texas got a $40 million roster this year. So I mean, at the same time, they got a lot of talent over there. And they're also returning more starters than y'all. You know how I feel about the SEC, but you also know how I feel about y'all. So I mean, I really want y'all to come out on top, low key, just because I'm tired of the SEC talk and all of this and all that. But this is one of those games where I'm like, man, it's gonna come down to which young quarterback is gonna make the least amount of mistakes, and I think it's also gonna come down to which team can establish the run game. Because, like I said, these are young quarterbacks. The run game is gonna open up the game for both quarterbacks. So, I mean, it's gonna be tough, and it's gonna come down to whose O line can produce better. And they got their O line. I want to say is their strength too. They got a lot of returning starters.
No, I think they have like a few, but they lost with like was it Kelvin Banks? They lost some folks. So
And
the thing is,
they lost some bangers. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
think the key is really going to be their O line versus our D line, right? Because I feel like our O line, like I said earlier, is a better strength than our team. We know they got Colin Simmons on the other side of the ball. They got them boys on that D line. But I think a lot of our O line played in that playoff run and are back. right? So I feel like that's not gonna be a wash, but it could tilt to Texas just off of talent. Okay, cool. But I really think the real trenches, the real battle of the trenches, are gonna be our D line versus their O line. If we're able to cause havoc and get home, it's gonna be a long day for Texas. They're gonna be like, what? They're gonna be confused, bro. Because I know they're coming in there confident, number
Yeah,
one team in the country.
but if we're being unbiased, let's step back. Their D line is better than y'all D line. Y'all D line really isn't.
Yes, I said
Yeah,
if
but
you believe that for sure.
y'all D line needs that's the game they actually need to prove themselves.
Right, but I believe our D line is going to prove themselves against their O line. Is what I'm saying.
No, I agree. I mean, of course you do. I mean, that's your
No,
team. You better not. You better say they do. What the hell?
I truly believe. I mean, like I'm saying, like I said, their O line. I mean, their D line a little better than our O line. Cool, give it to them. But I feel like that's gonna be. It's not gonna be like they're gonna overpower our O line the entire game, right? Like it's not gonna be that. Now, I'm not saying our D line is gonna overpower their O line the whole game, but I think we can have a better advantage. And they're like, damn, like they can't even get in they bag for real.
I I respectfully disagree. I think
Matt Patricia, I'm trying to tell
I
you,
think I
he
think
got
I
that
think
cooked up.
I think their D line has the advantage over y'all O line, but I don't think it's that big of an advantage. But I think it's an advantage, and I think their O line has an advantage over y'all D line. Just experience.
I respectfully disagree.
Because I just read that article yesterday. Their O line has a lot of continuity in their system. Like I said, you guys are bringing in new offensive coordinators, new O line coaching, all of this. They have the same coaches. They've been in the same system. Like a lot of their players have been in the system for 3+ years. They have snap count wise. This article said they had players that had way more snap counts than y'all O line. So I mean, I just have more faith in their O line than y'all D line. Because like I said, y'all D line, y'all really don't have anybody that's proving it. This is gonna be the game to prove it. Let me not say I don't know, and they're gonna be bums because I don't know them. I haven't seen them. Nobody's seen them on a consistent basis because the people you had last year been playing forever.
They
So
played in the playoffs.
yeah, they did, but none of them really made big plays. People that make plays are in the NFL right now. That's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
Donovan Jackson was the only offensive lineman that
no, I'm saying
made
y'all
big
D
plays.
line, y'all D line versus their O line, y'all D
Oh,
line.
for sure. I mean, Caden stepped up in the middle big, but I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
right?
but
Like
that's what I'm saying.
again,
Yeah, this is gonna
bro,
be the game to prove it.
we lost the whole front four to the league.
That's what I'm saying. And
They
their
went
their
like they
offense
all went
their
like
offensive
top
line.
4 or 5 rounds. I think they all won the top 5 rounds for
That's what
sure.
I'm
So
saying.
it's
Their
like,
offense has more continuity than the D
oh,
line
for
y'all have
sure.
coming back. So that's what I'm saying. I don't see why you saying like I love the confidence, but I just don't see.
Well,
It's the
well,
fandom.
I don't think you listening. I gave their D line the advantage. Now, am I over
No, I
here
said O
high
line. I think
praising?
we're talking about two different things. I'm saying their O line has the advantage
Oh,
over y'all
yeah,
D line.
I respectfully disagree. Still, respectfully,
Yeah, nah. Of course,
I feel like our D
hope
line
you
is
do.
definitely going to play well, right? Like Edric Houston's twitchy at D tackle came in as a defensive lineman. He's at D tackle because we knew where he was really going to be as a three technique, and I think he's going to do his thing for sure. But I think the X factors, honestly, that's our new coordinators, man. Now, if anything I know about Ohio State, them folks we gonna be locked into the game. What are we calling? What are the play calls? What rhythm are we getting into? Why are we not taking a shot here? You know what I'm saying? The base of how the game's going, right? Like I think it's really gonna come down to Brian Hartline. We know you're a wide receiver. We know we're gonna throw the ball more. Julian Sand has a cannon. He has a lot of touch on the ball. He's very accurate. I'll say cannon as much. He's very accurate. He has great touch on the ball, quick release. Right? How much do we throw the ball? How much do we establish the run? Right? What are we looking like? And then Matt Patricia, you brought one guy over here with you, but most of your defensive coaches have already been here. So as they say he's playing to the strengths of the players, right? Versus scheme. However, you know what I'm saying? Are we blitzing? Are we blitzing ours? Are we dropping into stuff? Are we taking away that stupid wheel route that they killed us with? in the Cotton Bowl, right? Like, what are we doing to mitigate? You know what I'm saying? Are we to simulate pressure? Are we bringing Arvell? Are we bringing CJ off the edge? Like, what are we doing, right? Because it's your first game and it's against Texas. I'm sorry, hey. This is what you get paid to do. This is why you come to O State. You want to play in these games at the top of the season. To have a noon kickoff, we the first game of the day, big noon kickoff, Ohio State versus Texas, and this is your first game. This is what you literally, as a coach and an OC and a DC, this is what you dream for. So come shut all this arch hype. Send Sark back to the SEC.
All right. You wrapping now. Let's wrap it up, man. What's predictions, man? What's your score prediction? What's your score prediction?
I think we're still I still think we're a betting favorite.
Right? Like a 1.5. I won't say a 1.5, 2.5. It's damn near even.
You know. So if y'all know me, if y'all watched the pod in the past, my predictions, I would say they're outlandish at times. I just think they're heavily biased, right? I think both teams come out a little nervous, trying to go quarterback, trying to get settled down. You know, at the end of the day, the Ohio State University wins the game 24-21. That's my humble, unbiased answer. Realistically, Evan believes we win this game 35-24. Realistically.
All right. So I'm going to give my prediction.
If we struggle, 24-21 Buckeyes.
I'm going to give my prediction, you know, being an unbiased individual in this game because I am very unbiased. I'm very unbiased because I'm going to tell you why. I just said it. I hate the SEC. If anything I hate more than Ohio State, it's damn near the SEC. And I went to Auburn. So I hate the SEC and I hate Ohio State. So I mean, I'm kind of unbiased because I really don't care who wins this game. And Texas took us through the dog shit last year, and that was one of my first games at the Big House. So yeah, I am unbiased. Okay, so when I say that to say, as much as I want, I don't even know who I want to win this game. But my score prediction, honestly, is Texas 24, Ohio State 14.
Write that down.
Reason I say that is because I think Arch is just going to be more comfortable in the game. I think Texas is going to do a better job of establishing a run, which is going to help Arch open everything else up. I think the game starts off slow. I think it starts off slow. Like you said, I think both teams come out nervous. The game been hyped up. It's at 12 noon. They're coming from Central Time, so that's like 11 a.m. for them. I mean, I think it's going to start off slow, but I think once the scoring gets started, once people get settled in and Texas gets that run game going, I think that's going to be the deciding factor in the game, honestly. So I like I said, Texas, I got Texas 24, Ohio State 14.
Ohio State 14. Pass happy Brian Hartline putting up 14 points. Hey, Hart, they tripping. He tripping, but I'm going to let it go. Real quick, though, as I was laughing so hard, like, when Texas was murdering y'all last year, like, I literally was on the couch, feet kicked up, like, enjoying every second. I honestly don't think outside of us playing y'all, like, I don't think I watched the Wolverines, like, that much. Like, I literally watched it from, like,
was 15, your feet kicked up when y'all was playing us?
When I was playing y'all,
Mr. Crash Out himself. Man, that boy didn't want to answer the phone, y'all. Let me tell y'all. That boy. I called that man's phone.
I answered the phone.
I already sent your money.
Lying on the first episode of the pod is crazy.
That's what happened.
That's
you
crazy,
sounded sad on the phone. You said, congrats, man. Whatever, man. Congrats. Yeah, I sent the money.
If y'all don't know, two former Amazonians, we have a crazy little side that we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
Closer to the game. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Give us, rate us 5 stars. Let us know how you feel about it. Welcome to the King of the Block. It's your boy Ev, and that is Sam. We're giving you an inside look the entire year as we lead up to the game.
Blue.
OH, IO. Holla at y'all.